House GOP is now demanding transcribed interviews from Hunter Biden's prosecutor, that's Weiss, out of Delaware, the Department of Justice, the IRS, and also Secret Service officials. This is because there was breaking news the last 48 hours about Merrick Garland saying we gave the U.S. attorney full reign. He could have brought charges anywhere. He could have subpoenaed anywhere. And we didn't constrain him at all. And then a report was out that Weiss had told, this is the prosecutor in Delaware, he had told the IRS, hey, I've been told I do not have the authority to bring indictments or seek subpoenas out of California or Washington, D.C. Then he's putting through the grapevine, well, that's not what he said. So, Jordan, you want to explain what's going on in this Washington mess?
Yeah, I think...
Because that's what it is.
Yeah, you've got to... I think what was interesting here is we don't have the bunch of unnamed whistleblowers. And the whistleblower who came out from the IRS by name and has done interviews now named other names. So he's put together a list of names. He said, I wasn't the only person, by the way, in the meeting when the U.S. Attorney David Weiss from out of Delaware came and said this. In fact, here are the other people. There was some IRS people. There were some DOJ people. So those individuals have been requested to come testify because he named them as having direct knowledge. The others have been the two U.S. attorneys, one out of D.C., one out of California, who supposedly said, you can't bring prosecutions here. We're not going to allow you to bring prosecutions here.
What has Weiss said? That's what's confusing here.
There's back and forth discussion on that because some say that he told the DOJ, no, that's not true. He has absolute prosecutorial discretion and he could bring cases wherever he wanted to. We don't know when he said that. So he could have said that when he got held over and then that didn't become the case. So this is what Congress is saying. Somebody's not telling the truth.
Yeah, and that somebody may include Merrick Garland. And then in that kind of situation, you have Merrick Garland and others that could be dealing with this, and they may have had information that they thought was correct, and Weiss is saying something else. It shows that what is happening up there with this whole prosecution is so outside the normal approach of prosecutions. Now, Hunter Biden had great lawyers. I believe he was one of the finest criminal defense lawyers in the country. But it does show the two-tier system of justice here, or what appears to be that.
Especially when you have a whistleblower who's saying, listen, I documented what happened in these meetings, and it's exactly the opposite of what the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney are saying today. So it's, once again, you have two sets of laws and two sets of prosecutions when it comes to really Democrats and conservatives, or liberals and conservatives.
Let's play Merrick Garland's comment.
Mr. Weiss, who was appointed by President Trump as the U.S. Attorney in Delaware and assigned this matter during the previous administration, would be permitted to continue his investigation and to make a decision to prosecute any way in which he wanted to and in any district in which he wanted to.
Okay, that's a very bold statement of giving wide prosecutorial discretion to that U.S. attorney.
Absolutely. And I don't think the American people are entitled to believe Merrick Garland, given his record, number one. Number two, I think subsequent testimony suggests that Merrick Garland has been basically, his statements have been invalidated. Now we need basically a congressional hearing to verify what witnesses are saying.
Are actually saying, yes.
And pin them down with respect to timing, because it's possible, as you suggest, that Merrick Garland did give him wide authority initially until he began to press the envelope and say, I need to bring charges in California or Washington, D.C.
That's why timing, what Jordan was saying on the timing of, he may have said, I could bring it anywhere. And then as he went to do it, he could not. Yeah. On the other hand, these investigators of the IRS say it was made in front of numerous people. But like you said, Jordan, I think the timing of this is very important.
Yeah, I mean, and even they're also calling us Secret Service members who supposedly tipped off the FBI or got a tip from the FBI that they were about to, so the FBI someone at the FBI called a Secret Service officer who worked with the Bidens and said that Hunter's about to be interviewed by the FBI.
Okay.
And the IRS.
Which he wasn't until DOJ did it under the subpoena power.
Yeah, so I think
there's a lot of questions.
The Republicans are being very honest about it. Someone's not telling the truth. And it does seem like this whistleblower came out and said, he didn't say, I just overheard it. He said, literally, we're in a meeting. Here's the other people in the meeting. And the U.S. attorney said, unfortunately, guys, I can't bring the cases anywhere, which would have affected the money out of China, I guess. Now, there's also a question to me. They're not attorneys, a lot of these people speaking about it. All this money you would think ended up in Delaware, so why couldn't you have jurisdiction there?
Well, that's what you need to find. So what's going to happen is the House is going to get depositions, and it'll get to the bottom of